Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Every feel it, come around with round. Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you.
Everybody feel it, come around with round. Everybody feel it, come around with round. Everybody feel it, come around with round.
Everybody in the pump. Everybody in the pump. Everybody in the pump. Everybody in the pump. Everybody feel it, come around with round. Everybody feel it, come around with round. Everybody feel it, come around with round.
Everybody.
Everybody in the pump. 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 Everybody round. Everybody in the pump. Everybody round. Everybody in the pump. Everybody come around. Everybody in the pump. Everybody round.
Hello guys, I hope you're very well. Welcome back to another look at Steam demos. We had quite a lot of fun earlier actually. We played 3 different games and 3 excellent games actually. I highly recommend all 3 of them. Really enjoyed that. So I thought I'd jump in again and do the same sort of thing. Find another few games. I made a slight tweak on the first time we did it. I've changed the timer from 30 minutes to 20 minutes. I felt that within 20 minutes I'd figured out whether or not the games were any good or not, and I just sort of wasted 10 minutes there after slowly plodding along on a game that we already knew was very good. So I think we'll stay away from that this time. So the first game I want to look at today is a game called, if I can find it here, Retro Gadgets Demo. So I'm going to start firing that up and look at the store page. Retro Gadgets is a gadget creation station where you invent, build, solder, code and customize your own electrifying gadgets, then share them with the world. Release date is to be announced. It's from Licorice EHF and Studio Evil, and Licorice EHF are the actual publishers. So if I jump into the actual game itself, it takes a little while for OBS to recognize the game, even though it's right there. Here we go. So this is the opening sort of screen, and it is a retro gadgets sort of theme. And I think that's what I quite like about it. Being a child of the 80s, it really ticks my box. There are things in here that I think you'll recognise, even though they might not be officially implemented. They are, they look more enough like an object to sort of give you that thumbs up kind of feel. So we can add to wish list. I've not played this game before. This is my first look. I will be sharing it with you. I can see they've got lots of Discord and stuff. Is that multiplayer? What does that mean? What does that do? No idea. Learn. Let's try learn. Light and LED. Actually, let's start that timer. There we go. 20-minute timer has started. Let's see if this is good. Turn on an LED by pressing a button. Turn that on, press that. Yes. Build. Oh, I see. That's quite cool. Right, so to turn that on, I press this button. Turn on an LED by pressing a button. Okay. Light and LED. So I can see we've got some parts here. Stickers, CPU, stencil. Without some sort of hover information, I'm feeling a little bit lost here. Let's try again. Light and LED. Build. It's plugged in. We have the power. I'm pressing the button. I don't know what that's doing at all. State, color. Okay, hang on. Right, so if I click here, LED state is off. Input source is currently none. Symbol is none. Yeah, I'm completely lost here. This looks really interesting. But right now, oh my god. Okay, so there's loads of boards. There's loads of buttons. Okay. Audio chips, but we have no buttons here. Input. Was that a button? Saying no. No, he's saying you can't put that on there. Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be challenging and confusing. I think this is going to be a fantastic game, but okay, that was interesting. I don't think it's for the stupid. Oh, look at this. Okay. I wonder if there's a screwdriver. What's this? That's a spray paint. I don't know what that is. I don't know what these are. Oh, that's cool. I like the way that works. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, we're learning very slowly. Do you reckon I can take this off? Nope. No. Hell no, it says. You can't do that. Alright, I'll put it back. That was very confusing. What about the pencil? Paper? The screw? There's something I can do here. Right, it's lit. I've done it. It's working. I can change the LED colour. strength of it. I don't know what I'm doing. Turn on an LED by pressing a button. This is so confusing. I genuinely feel this is very cool, but I've got to be honest with you, Licorice EHF, I'm a bit lost. Turn on. Wait, what? Turn on that, then press that. Oh, I am so dumb. I am so dumb, it's untrue. I just, for some reason, I dismissed the number above it. So 1, turn on, 2, press here. What an imbecile. Alright, okay, so that works. I get it, I get it now. Let's try another one. No, let's learn. The moving LED. Learn how to address an LED in an LED strip. Alright, let's do it. So for some reason I can't pick this one up now. There we go. I have to select it first perhaps. So, the instruction. Strange how it's working without it. Yeah, it's still a little bit confusing. But I get it. On this one, you turn it on. And you switch through. But I don't really think I'm understanding anything about the game. I think this is actually possibly so good that it will show you how to actually do a little bit of electronics, perhaps. Let's just go back to the Steam page, where it says. You look up from your cozy little workbench. It's dark out. What time is it? Doesn't matter. You've been in the flow and are adding the final touches to your latest retro gadget. Okay, so that's cool. So if I come back into the game, so I guess I'm going to be making my own stuff here. How do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of it? How do I bin it? How do I get rid? Go away. Okay, let's try something. Let's get a board. Do it because that's in the way, perhaps. Turn it off. Turn it off first. Okay. So if I grab a bit of board, put that down, and I grab another bit of board, and I put that down, and I grab another bit of board, and I rotate that, and I put that down, then I can get this, I think, soldering gun, and I can join these together. There you go. So now we've got a board of some sort. Let's just see if I can rebuild this. So an input button. Oh my god, there are hundreds of them. Let's see. I'm going to find something that looks a little bit like that. This is one of the things. So if I put that there, and I rotate that, and I put that, let's say, there. Okay, then I need... What button do you think that is? I think that's an output or an input. Kind of both, isn't it? It's a button... Buttons. CPUs, connectors. Until I never did electronics. Well, I did do. No, I did. Did I do electronics? I don't think. I think we had like a lesson on electronics at school, which is not very good. We basically built a circuit board that turned on a light, which is not really good enough to help me in this particular situation. So there are some knobs, some switches, some sticks, some sliders. I just want a button. Do you think it's that one? Way too big, isn't it? I think it's that one. Maybe not. I'm going to add an extra bit of board here. Like this. Don't tell me no. That's fine there. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert at this now. Oh, I can't connect that for some reason. Why? Tell me why. Ah, there we go. No, still no. Okay. So everything I think I've learnt, I haven't learnt. Everything's up here. Oh, wow. Okay. How did I get to that point? I want to go back to that previous view. Okay. Okay. So perhaps I can't solder anything to it because I've got buttons on it. If I take the buttons off, maybe now it will... No, it still won't let me do it. What about if I put it there? It's not having it at all, is it? Okay, we give up. We can't do the board. Try something slightly different though. So if I just squeeze a little button in there, and I squeeze a little button over here again, then these are like outputs. So let's get something like this. Oh, hello, 𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Long time no see. I'm very well, thank you. How did you get that heart emoji on? That's very cool. This game is called Retro Gadgets. Let me just show you on Steam. The tutorial is not suitable for complete idiots, so I'm struggling really quite badly here. But you can see that you can quite literally code and gadget, basically build something very complex like this, or very basic like this. I think it's incredibly clever. It's just a little bit confusing to get to grips with the basics. I mean, the absolute basics, like where do I find lights like these? Actually, is that them? It might be them, mightn't it? Okay. So if we put that on there, what I can't do is see... Oh, I can move this. I didn't realise I could move all this. No, it has to go back there, right? Why can't I just put it there for a minute? I just want to put it down for a second, but it won't let me do it. It's very particular about where you put stuff. If I bring that back on there, have I broken it? No, it still works. Okay. But yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? Hey Smallsy, good evening. If you've been watching for a few minutes and your brain is also melted, do you know who we need? I need my father-in-law to come and watch this because he is an electrician. And not that I want to admit this live on air, but he has many times explained to me how electrics work. And I always nod and agree and sort of give the insinuation that I am somehow following what he's saying, but quite literally I'm not. I mean, like little bits go in, but not much stays there, to be honest. And he tells me, he assures me, it's not difficult. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And here we are, proving him completely wrong. Because I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Right, so if I put that there and put the lid on, where's that getting its power from? That's weird. What's this little thing underneath? What's this? Yeah, what's that? What is this thing? If I put that here, and I put that... Oh, I can't pick it up. Oh, yes, I can. Right, so then... See, that's still turning that on, which that does confuse me a smidge. Sounds very familiar, does it? Glad I'm not the only one. Electricity is the work of the devil, but you're beginning to get the hang of it after 47 years. Gusty, you may be just the person we need for this job. This is, I think this is, I mean, it looks very basic. It's obviously designed on retro, but I think it's, I really think it's incredibly clever. I am super impressed. I'm not smart enough to really understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh my God, look at this. Well, I've just improved it, so that's something. It would appear that I've built a Stanley knife by accident. The UI style's beautiful, isn't it? Very, very clever. So I've got the tweezers. Maybe I could do it with the tweezers. The only way I know how to get the lids off, by the way, is to pick that thing up. Okay, that doesn't work then. That's not what that's for. Pencil doesn't do anything. The archive is just previous things I've built. So I'm trying to steal these bits and attach them here. I genuinely can't see how they are connected and how they are working. Got to be something to do with this section over here, I think. That is now plugged in. So it says select a CPU or a code asset. So select that. And that does nothing at all. No information. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, hello. There's a sneaky little CPU on the bottom. Can't move that. It won't let me grab that. Right. Well, that explains why this one isn't working, I guess. I wonder if there's a CPU over here. Let's have a look. Oh, I know that's an audio chip. A CPU. Here we go. Oh. Donk. Is that it? Is that all I need to do? Is that now... That's still controlling this one over here, which I find very confusing. Right, that's plugged in. We'll flip it over. We'll click on this. Update function is repeated every time tick update end. Okay, so I do know how to code, but I wouldn't know where to begin on this. It's running LUA code, so that's probably something I'm going to have to look into. I have used that before in the past, but only in an incredibly idiotic way. A Stanley knife that lights up LEDs according to the amount of spare blades left in the knife. Actually, that's a brilliant design. I'm trademarking that, Smallsy. You can't have it. I'm sorry. I'm going to make my first million selling that device, I think. This is very cool, isn't it? Very complicated. It's sort of delivered in a very child-friendly kind of way, but actually it's very technical. If it had the ability to teach me... Hey, thanks for the follow, Smalls. See, look, Gusty's at it already. LUA is quite straightforward. It's just like my father-in-law's here, honestly. It's like, my God, how could you be so stupid that you don't understand how this works? That's how I feel right now. I am actually super impressed with this game. I'm going to add it to my wish list and I'm going to follow it. The release date is to be agreed or announced, and I very much like to. I think this game, I think, can teach me some very important lessons in terms of electronics. I've done some really basic electronic stuff in the past, and I do mean basic. And I've done some very basic LUA stuff as well, but yeah, sort of being dropped into the middle of it like this doesn't seem to be helping me very much. Do you want to open the Retro Gadgets documentation website? Yes. Hang on, you guys can't see this. Let me... Donk. This is your retro desk. This is what I needed about 20 minutes ago. Multi-tool mode. The multi-tool, your primary tool to discover and program gadgets. See? Unbelievable. This is the multi-tool. Number 2 is the multi-tool handle. Drag it to move the multi-tool away and get to the building mode. And this is the awesome gadget. Okay. So awesome gadget, mat, the board's drawer. Here you'll find the basic building blocks to shape your gadget. That's over here on 3. The 3 component drawers. Here you'll find all the components to place on your gadget. So we were definitely getting the idea, just rather slowly. Oh, the tweezers are used to place and reposition stickers. And that's the 20 minutes up. Listen, I didn't get very far. Tinkercad is very good if you want to learn electricity. Tinkercad. Okay. I'm going to grab that and I'm going to Google that. And I'll have a bloody good look at that later. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the heads up. So I think the general conclusion here is that this game is going to be flipping amazing. So based on the fact that it's completely fried my brain and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm giving it a massive thumbs up. Had I have discovered the tutorial slightly earlier, I may have got slightly further, but I wouldn't put money on that, if I'll be honest. That being said, a game that I can't play because I'm not smart enough still showed me that it was incredibly good, so I'm giving that a thumbs up today. And I hope you agree in chat. I think you will, because that was pretty awesome. But I give the game 20 minutes for a first look, and I will come back and look at that again. I think that's well worth a good couple of hours of my time. You've learned so much. Oh, hang on. You've learned so much from... okay. See, I know somebody who works with Arduino and electronics quite a bit. So I know some of the terms, I know some of the logic, but I would love to be able to do it myself. So I'll definitely take a look from that. But thank you, Gusty. That's on my to-do list as well now. Let's move on to another game. Let's take a look here. Off-road mechanic simulator demo. Now, my friend Jimmy Daly. I will. He has already tried this game out. It appears to be stuck patching. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Maybe we'll give that a minute to finish off. Let's just go settings and make sure that downloads can... Yeah, we'll allow it to download whilst I'm playing something else. Okay, so what other demos have we got to look at today? I've got so many demos that I've grabbed in the last week. Let's start from the bottom again. Plasma demo. No idea what this is. Fire that up. Have a little read. Plasma is an engineering sandbox. Oh my god, here we go again. I've gone from electronics to engineering. Nothing quite like showing how ignorant you are. Basic concepts of any given field, is there? Plasma is an engineering sandbox. Unleash your creativity with fun and intuitive robotics, physics, and visual programming tools. It's by Dry Licorice, and it's being released in early 2023. And based on what I've seen here, I think it looks really, really good. Part of me feels like maybe my daughter would be interested in this, but we'll see how complicated it is. And see if I can get on with it. So it looks like the game is loading up. You can see some sort of basic logic, progressive slider boxes going on there. You've seen it before. It looks very in-depth. Okay. You'd have to admit you've never heard of any of those things yet. Yeah. Well, you know, you wouldn't necessarily have heard of Arduino components unless you're actually working with electronic components yourself, or speaking to someone else who is. There's no reason for anyone to really understand any of these things because of the way the world works these days. But I wouldn't mind a game or two with a sort of educational slant on it. I think that would be really good for me. Right, I'm going to start the 20-minute timer. Let's go for this. Welcome to the Plasma demo for Steam Next Fest. Plasma is a creative sandbox game where you put different components together to build a device. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Devices can be whatever you dream of. A simple car, a handheld camera. Yeah, these are very simple things. Perhaps a remote-controlled 8-legged walker, or how about a large home base operated by robots? Whatever you imagine, you can build. In this demo, you will also be able to share your devices and worlds with the community and try out other players' creations. We're excited to see what you come up with. That's from Marco, Patrick, Javier, Hoy, or Joy, and Michelle. Awesome. Okay, guys. Please note, Plasma is in beta. You might experience bugs, weird glitches, and the occasional crash. Save your devices and worlds often. Please use the feedback form, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Try building a simple device with a few components. As you progress, experiment with your designs and add more components for a more complex device. Each component has its own functions for you to use. Try adding a controllers to your device to access the sketch. Our powerful visual programming tool. Okay. Once you're happy with your creation, why not share it with the rest of the community? I don't think we're going to be sharing anything today. Let's get started by learning the basics with the tutorial world, and don't forget to send feedback using F3. I promise I will comply, but please let me play now. Yes, I think this is going to be good. Gusty says, I started in Tinkercad with a very basic understanding. You now have 6 Arduinos and have successfully programmed one to decode Morse from a radio, amongst other things. That's really cool. That's awesome. Fair play to you. Where do I find all these things, Luke? I find these things on Steam. I had a look through. A lot of people were telling me that I needed to go and check out the demos on Steam. And Steam doesn't usually have demos, but they're definitely coming back into fashion, and I'm really, really happy to see that. I love demos. I think they're the best way to showcase your game, especially for indie developers. And from what we've seen, if you haven't seen the demo expose I did earlier today, those 3 games were incredible, and I think they were all indie developers. And I don't know if these are indie developers. Ouch. Punched my monitor. Let's have a look up here. It doesn't say indie. Try licorice. Okay. But maybe these aren't indie, but these games are incredible anyway. Let's jump in and have a look. I've already wasted 10 minutes just reading the intro. So, WASD to walk, and this looks absolutely stunning. Look how vibrant and alive that looks. Plasma, your engineering playground. The RC car controller. It's very cool. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Let's turn the light on. It's brilliant. Look at that. I mean, my steering isn't all that good, but it's a very cool little device. That's awesome. Okay, try the next one. This is a 𝗂𝗏𝗏 switch to solid by pressing R. You know, in years to come, this is going to be how we live our life, is with robots and stuff. Dusty, I'm with you. I really miss demos as well. I bought so many games I wouldn't normally have been interested in because they had a free demo. Absolutely, absolutely. And not only that, but there are quite a few games that I have bought that I really wish I hadn't. And had they have had a demo, I wouldn't have made that mistake. And also, when I was a kid, we had absolutely no money at all. Very, very poor. And quite often, I would just play, let's say, a demo like Sensible Soccer. There was the Sensible Soccer demo I had for ages that just let me play one game of football with two completely generic teams, the red team and the blue team. And I played that quite happily every day after school for weeks before I could afford to buy the whole game. It was very cool. You don't get that sort of opportunity these days so much. This one says, do not touch. Shall I touch it? Hey, ViewTuber. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you again. I'm very tempted to touch it. That's very cool. What was that flying over my head? Oh, what's this? Oh, I nearly grabbed it. Oh, I nearly grabbed it. Oh, hello. I sort of floated up in the air. This is a... what is this? Click on the button. Click on that. What do you want me to click on? Click on the wheel and put the wheel back on. Oh, I see. Grab the wheel. Put the wheel back on and then press R. Oh, okay. That opens the bonnet. It turns the lights on. I don't know what this thing is. There's WAS. That's the horn. How do I sit in it? Press F. Oh. Ah. Oh, look at this. Can I go out here? Well, this is pretty groovy. Oh, stacked it. Drive it like you stole it. Oh, I think that's the wheel that's come off. No? Oh, wow, look. What's up here? Oh, what is up here? There is something up here. What's this? That's what I'm talking about. Properties, E. No available data. This component has no properties. Math, friction, bounce. Okay, that's sort of very much to do with coding. Looks like Scrap Mechanic. Yeah, it does actually. I don't own Scrap Mechanic, but I have watched videos on it. Interact. Ooh, very cool. Yeah. How do I close the door? This is very clever. Right, so that's reverse, right? Motors are on, lights are on. So what happens if I turn the power up? Oh, we go faster. And a big truck like this can go off-road, right? Oh, I don't know. Yes, it can. That was quite interesting. It was like that when I found it, though, obviously. Alright, let's go see what else this game's got. I mean, I haven't actually done any of the developing or stuff, but this is just a showcase of how bloody rude. How bloody rude. Honestly. Graceful behaviour. Hand gestures. Let's see what this one does. That's high five. That's victory. That's rock. That's thumbs up. Very cool. So, let's turn it on. Let's change the colour. Oh, I see. Okay. Change the range. That's how far it illuminates. That's very cool. This is how bright it goes. And then we can change the state to be on or off. So if I change the bounce to 1 and friction to none, mass to well, the lowest amount, and I pick this up. Can I pick this up? Oh, I can't pick it up. I was going to throw it and see what happened. Alright, okay, well that's pretty cool. That's quite interesting. What does this one do? Open sketch. Ah, this is where you actually code stuff. Right, okay, so when the button is pressed, do this. Open the door. Okay, press escape, and then press the button. Oh, this button. I'm a genius. I'm much better at coding this than I was the last one. Send us your feedback. Not yet, I haven't finished. What else we got? So, I think you can do stuff with these. Oh, that's quite cool. Okay, I'm not going to mess with that because I don't know what it does. Oh, this. Watch camera feed. Okay, show me camera 1. This laptop has a keyboard. You can focus on the keyboard with the F key to start typing into it. Hello world. Okay. Oh, that's the drone that's flying around out there. So hang on, if I press F and then I start using the okay. I don't get how that works. Plasma. That's going to be at the next fest. Okay, what's this? Pong. Oh my god, do you know this is the first computer game I ever saw was Pong. It's somebody's house. Haha. Okay. Well, that cheated. I'm not playing anymore. Right, what does this one do? Switch to solid. Oh, this changes time of day. Look at that. That's pretty awesome as well. Okay. Loads of cool stuff. What does this one do? Let's turn it on. Ah. My own little hovercrafty type thing. My own little drone. Only problem is... Oh, hold shit. I was going to say, when you're pressing the button, you can't look around, but you can. You just can't... But you can steer it. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've thought of everything. Okay, I'm quite impressed with that. How do I turn it on? Oh, like this. This is really well coded. Graphically, it's very, very, very impressive indeed. It's like a little assault course over there, look. I'm going to go check that out in a minute. I haven't even built anything yet. I'm just showing off with all the cool stuff that they've built. It is pretty cool though, I have to give them that. Uh-oh. There's a nasty looking spidery thing over there. Leave that running. What does this do? Switch to solid. So it's just going to follow me wherever I go. Ooh, it's horrible. I hate it. Okay, fine. It works. Well done. Simple. Very simple. Light on, light off. Okay. Number 2. So if I press Q, it opens the sketch. Now, the button does nothing. When it's pressed, it does nothing. See the list of components to the left. These are all the components attached to this device. You can drag them from the list and into the sketch to create a node for that component. So, when the button is pressed... Okay, so we've got a lamp and an LED. So when it's pressed, I want to turn on the LED. And when it's released, I want to turn on the lamp. And when it's pressed, I also want to turn off the lamp. And when it's released, I also want to turn off the LED. Okay, let's try it. That's pretty straightforward, but also pretty amazing. I think that's really well coded. Now, what about this one? That rotates, okay. That rotates on a continuous loop with power. If I press Q, so the LCD output position, target speed, max torque, acceleration, inverse. Notice how the motor does not have on or off commands. Instead, it reacts to the data that is fed to its properties. Properties can be changed manually in its node or by connecting it to another node, like in this case, the slider output position. So, could I put the slider output position... Slider outputs 0 to 100% from its output position. Target speed of the motor converts to percentages degrees or per second. So can I turn that on and also show the current state? No, not state. Decimal digits, do you think? Ah, content. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. Do you know, I don't know if my daughter would get on with this game or not. I think she'd love how it looks. Whether or not she could figure out the logic of this stuff. Maybe with a bit of help from me, she could. But I think this is brilliant for young engineers and stuff. Really, really good idea. Okay, this one's a bit more complicated. Connect the number output to the percentage mapper to the content property of the LCD. Number output of the percentage mapper to the content of the LCD. And then when we turn it on. So it's getting like a boost. So the slider is sending out the output position, and then this is increasing the output from 100% to 500%. I guess I can change this to 1000%. And then drag it back and put it back up. And now it's going twice as fast. That is very cool indeed. Under. Logic nodes allow you to do all sorts of coding, math, mapping, testing, tweening, whatever that is, even blitting and LUA scripting. Oh, we're back to LUA scripting. Hey, 00 agent, how you doing? Hi. Yep, don't know what that says, but yes, nice to see you here nonetheless. Hope you're well. This one tests the output logic analog value of the knob to the upper and lower limit of the range tester, which sends a message to the screen accordingly. Try clicking on the T icon next to the outputs of the range tester to change the data type. The output of the range tester. So where's the output? Is that the output? I press T. Ah. Okay. You mean press T. Okay. Red. Okay. Now if I press it, it'll say red. No, that's not quite right. So if it's below, within, over, okay, I'm not following that. That one's got me perplexed. I'll have to spend more time with that one. We've already spent 20 minutes. What are you playing? Oh, sorry. This is a game called, it's probably a good idea that I cover this a few times. This is a demo for a game called, what's this called? Plasma. And the release date's coming out early 2023. I'm going to wishlist this and follow because I'm quite impressed with what I've seen, and I think it will challenge my brain in a way that I don't usually sort of get my brain challenged. So there's a demo for this. You can download it and try it out yourself. I urge you to do that. There is one more thing I wanted to do before we go. Just one more thing I wanted to test out. I wanted to go over here and see what this is up here. It looks like you can get all the way up onto the top of the mountain, and I just kind of feel like, you know, if it's there, I should do it. So double tap W. Go fast, press C to crouch. Press space to jump. Are you serious? Oh, double press to jump. And then press... Oh, okay, I get it. Magic 6 wheel. Right, I'm going to ask a question. Is this video going to go viral? No. Well, at least it's accurate. That's good to know. Is this a good game? No. I see you're broken. Perhaps I was supposed to press and hold it. Well, yes and no. Okay then. Is this a good game? Yes and no. Okay. We'll leave it there, I think. This is pretty cool. I'm quite impressed. And yeah, I think my daughter's really going to get on with this. It's like Minecraft on steroids. That's kind of how I'm looking at it now. There are lots of other games also that sort of tick a few similarity boxes here, which is very cool. And yeah, what a brilliant looking game. Very clever indeed. I like that one. That's definitely getting thumbs up from me. All right, let's roll on to our last one today. I'm going to quit out of there. That needs a bit more time really to do a proper review on that, but obviously that's got very high quality. There's no denying that. Let's go back to Steam page. Sorry for leaving you in the dark. So we've got the option. We've got quite a few options actually. Jungle House demo, Pets Hotel demo, Off-Road Mechanic Simulator demo, World Championship Boxing Manager 2. Any of those really tickle your fancy, guys? Anything there that you'd like to take a good look at? There's loads there. There's absolutely tons of games that I want to try out. This one, I think I've already tried this one. I kind of feel like I put a review out on this and it was negative. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've reviewed that and that was not a good game. Hopefully it's changed. Hopefully the dev has worked on it and it's much better, but... Oh, what about this one? As soon as we're doing sort of engineering and stuff, let's do this one. This is called How do I pronounce that? I want to say short circuit, but that's not what it is. It's Shortcut, I guess is how it's meant to be pronounced. Is an educational sandbox game to learn electronics and Arduino programming C++. The game simulates electronics and the Arduino microcontroller, which allow you to create your own projects virtually. Well, what a perfect game to finish on. That looks a lot like Tinkercad, does it really? I'm the boss, I decide. Well, I'm here for you guys. Hey, Spike, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well, mate. Hope the family's well, etc. I'll come and talk to you in a bit if you're still up. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the perfect end, I think, to what we've looked at today. Which, although it wasn't planned, has very much sort of turned out to be all about engineering and electronics. So you can see that they've taken a real-world example here and recreated it in the game, which is just brilliant. Without even giving it 20 minutes, I think this is another one I have to recommend. I'm going to hit the wish list and follow on that because I think it's going to be brilliant. It's from developers 𝗂𝗂𝗯𝘀𝗂𝗯𝘲, and they don't have a publisher, so this must be an indie company, I would say, even though they don't have indie in the list here. Perhaps they should, I don't know. It looks really good. Let's jump in and see if I can learn anything. So there's training mode and there's tutorial. I guess I'm going to have to go into tutorial. Let me just swap the cam so you can see what I'm looking at. Give OBS 2 seconds. There we go. So there is a training mode and also a tutorial mode. So I'm going to jump into that because I'm thicker than 2 short planks of wood. Rotate view. Hold and drag the right mouse button to rotate your view. Yep. Oh, it says hold the right mouse button, but I don't need to. You just click it once and it works. I'm not sure if that's stuttering or not. Can't seem to get out of that now that I've done it. Okay, it seems to be moving better now. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm not holding down the button, it's just rotating all by itself. And I can't seem to stop it. Right, so I've accidentally... Okay, this is... Methinks maybe the interface could do with a bit of work. Right, let me just jump out of that a second. I feel like I'm stuck in there. And let's try that again. Fire it up again. This doesn't have quite the same polish that the last game did, but it does look very realistic and very accurate. You can see resistors. Are these resistors? I'm sure they're called resistors. Resistors have got the accurate coding on them, so that denotes whatever the hell that denotes, and same with that one and that one. So I think it's going to be good. Should we try training mode? Right, lesson menu. So initially when it loads in, it's very stuttery, and one thing I'm noticing is that my mouse is off screen. Resistors, that's the one. That's the one. I may have said resistors, I can't remember now. But I can't move. I can't figure out how to move, which is not good. Like I say, my mouse is going off screen. Oh, hello. If I keep tapping W, I move forward very slowly. So I'm gonna say that potentially this is very, very excellent. But as it is right now, it may be a bit broken. Interestingly, there is a download link to the Arduino CLI, which is a command line interface. You can download that directly from GitHub, which is quite interesting. It does really sort of strengthen the idea that this is very, very realistic and very much a tutorial type thing. But maybe it's because I'm playing in 4K. Having a few problems. Let's try the tutorial again. This is pre-alpha. I don't know if you spotted that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. How do I get out of here now? Go to main menu. So there must be a button. There you go. Pre-alpha 5.0. So this is not even in alpha stage yet. So this is very, very early. Probably too early to put a demo out, possibly. Perhaps they felt like they couldn't miss this opportunity or something. It does say over here, actually, I've got to show you this. I think this really sort of strengthens already what we've said in the 5 minutes we've been looking at it. But it says the planned release date is when it's ready, if ever. So this is probably something that's written by a couple of guys with a bit of passion about electronics. And they're just, you know, they're trying to create something which I highly commend and fully support. And they've obviously put a lot of time and effort into it. I mean, that's clear. Just look at the detail on the board here, for example. There's a lot of time and effort gone into that very clearly. But I am struggling, like 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗬𝗂𝗍. As soon as I right click on the mouse, it puts me in that screen and then I can't figure out how to turn it off. Escape just opens that. Left click does nothing, right click does nothing. Scroll takes me up and down. Q, W, E, ESD, Linux, C. Oh. So X increases my speed, Z decreases my speed. Okay, but I can't seem to get the mouse back into the game. So I can't click to go to the next. Oh wow, press space and you shoot up into the air. Well, I think the potential is there. It's kind of unplayable at the moment for me. Can't seem to get it to do anything I want it to do. But I'm going to leave it on my wish list. I'm going to leave it on my follow list because I would like to know more about this as it progresses. 𝗂𝗯𝘀𝗰𝗄𝗯𝗄. Oh, 𝗂𝗯𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀 is free. Look, it's not even. They're not even charging for it. What? Or is that just the demo? Yeah, I don't know. This is one to watch, I think is fair to say. It's not quite ready for release. The UI definitely seems a bit clunky. I am playing on 4K. That can really mess with games if it hasn't been specifically designed to work in 4K. So I suspect that's possibly what's happened here. But yeah, a very interesting look at some absolutely fantastic demos. And once again, it's lovely to see demos coming back into the gaming community. It does feel like gamers are finally taking control of games again. And, you know, the money-oriented bigwigs hopefully won't get their grubby little hands on these development teams, and they'll be able to produce excellent games for years to come. You know, if a game is good, I think gamers will support it, and well, that's my hope anyway. That is my hope. There's a website here actually. Let me just quickly click on that, see what that looks like. It's just got a video on it. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope that was at least eye-opening. 3 more games there that you may or may not be interested in. All in and or around the area of engineering and electronics, which is probably a fantastic area to look into. I'm very interested in what I've seen this evening, and hopefully you have at least some interest in those games as well. I'm going to wrap up for this evening. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves until next time. Goodbye for now.